Hey, it's Lorrinda. So glad to be with you today. Today we're going to continue our agonizing series on, the title is Publicize or Agonize. Just talking about the idea of doing marketing, especially when you don't have any money. Just some ideas to get you started down that path. Okay, the very first thing is your Facebook page, your personal page and a fan page. If you don't have a fan page already, at least put up relevant messages on your personal page. I do not recommend that you do all of your business marketing on your personal page because I do think that your personal page should be where you are sharing social, personal things. But we are, every now and then, putting up something is quite okay. The other platform or the other idea within Facebook is to use the Facebook advertising. You can advertise as little as for as little as $1 a day on Facebook, and we don't recommend that you use the boost post option. We do recommend that you use the page promotion option. So you're just promoting the page itself for likes. The likes that you get on your fan page does provide social proof, so that is a good way to let people know that they are not the only ones who actually have benefited from your services. Another way is to sign up on helpareporter.com. That is a site that public relations professionals use that you can use too when journalists are trying to source a story. Whatever your industry is or whatever the service or community component is of your business, that is the things that you could be listening for, and you could get free media coverage on the radio or on TV. If you really think about it, it is difficult for a network to find interesting stories every single day and for several episodes throughout the day. So actually finding the stories can be hard for them, and you can help them out with one of your stories, okay? That is helpareporter.com. I found it interesting that the FCC, for licensing, some broadcasters are required to do a certain amount of community service, public interest kinds of stories. So that is good, and I'm reading a book right now that said that even a diligent person could get 30 or 40 media takes, even small ones, throughout the year, or if you go after that particular way of advertising. Remember that in your marketing message, you need 3 components. You need to interrupt their pattern, you need to teach them something, and you need a call to action. Interrupting their pattern means that whatever medium you're using, like let's say it's a photo, you have to have something that grabs their attention, like a purple cow would grab somebody's attention, or something that is just out of the ordinary that they just kind of stop and make some kind of notice of it. So you intentionally do that. Teach something within your marketing message or within your advertising piece, and also provide a call to action. And a call to action is call this phone number, go to this website, meet us here, some kind of way, some kind of direct response way is the way we prefer to do advertising, so that you can quantify those sales. You can quantify those contacts and quantify those leads. If you don't have a way that you can measure what is coming from the advertising that you're doing, you won't know what is working. So always make sure that you have a call to action that you can attribute to that particular piece of marketing collateral. So whether it is a phone number, set up a whole new Google Voice phone number that you can forward to your regular number, but at least you have a way of counting how many calls you got from that ad. One of my clients yesterday talked about that they wanted the phone number that they use on the marketing piece to be on their website so that their clients would recognize that that is from them. And that was a good point. And if you know your customer, you know your clientele, so that is something that made a lot of sense. The point is to create an environment or create a marketing piece that you can quantify, okay? That is the whole point, that you can measure. The goal, the overall goal of all of our operations is to be documented, measurable, and repeatable. We want to build businesses that are scalable, and the only way you do that is that your entire organization is scripted as much as possible, so that when you get ready to duplicate yourself and you get ready to expand, or you get ready to make improvements or automate things, you know exactly what those things are. You know exactly what little pieces you can pull out and optimize, okay? The next thing that we're talking about here is lead generation. Lead generation marketing, okay, same thing as marketing, is one of, it is the most important thing that you are going to do in your business. I was watching Fabian Fredrickson last week in one of her seminars, and she said that that you should do your marketing even before you take care of your customers, because it made sense in the sense that if you don't do that, if you do not do the marketing, you're not going to have any customers. So you have to always be in marketing mode, no matter what it is you sell, no matter what it is that what kind of service that you provide. You are a marketer first. That is one of the reasons why we chose to focus on marketing, even though my company does training and all different kinds of web development things and business consulting and business coaching things. What we focus on, what we choose to create a deep knowledge and deep value for in the marketplace is marketing, because that is so vitally important to your business. So when you are doing your lead generation, you want to automate that as much as possible. Doing Facebook ads is a great way to start the funnel of your lead generation, because that can be easily automated. You set those up and they run, and you just spend time optimizing them. The other component of lead generation or marketing online especially is conversions. So think about it. You have to be able to drive traffic to your offer, and on the end of that, you have to be able to convert some of that traffic to actual sales. Well, all the stuff that happened in the middle, especially if it's an online business, if you're selling information products, or even if you are selling tires and it is a physical location that people come to, you have to get them in the door, and once they're in the door, there's a whole lot of stuff that happens in the middle, and you have to sell them a service or a product. So every single business is about traffic and conversions. And in the internet marketing space, in the network marketing space, or e-commerce or web sales space, there is a lot of stuff in the middle that you have to set up, the systems that you have to set up to be able to do that. I have a friend that created a company that automates the middle part of selling information products on the internet. I'm very excited about that because for one reason, when you are getting started making online sales, now making online sales may not be where you want to start with your business, but if it is, you want to cut the learning curve down as much as you possibly can. If you cannot afford or will not afford a personal coach, then at least get systems, packages that do that for you. His system is called yesuglobal.com, and that will be in the notes, in my notes for this session. And I'm really, really impressed with it so far as automating the middle part of the sales funnel. It gives you things to sell. It gives you a way to check out and deliver the product. And what you concentrate on, which is very hard for most people, is that front end, which is driving traffic and getting them to see the offer in the first place. So that is lead generation. That is very, very, very important. So the next thing I want to talk about is contacts. Okay? When we're talking about publicizing, when you are out and about or when you are purposely doing networking, you meet people. You want to automate as much as that as possible by using tools. Now, two tools I want to tell you about, which is MailChimp, which is a free email marketing platform, and I also use Aweber and GetResponse because they do different things within my business. But you can start with MailChimp. MailChimp is very, very good to get started with, and it integrates with this service called Agonize. Agonize is a customer relationship manager. Now, you need those two things because when you meet somebody, you need to put them in some kind of management system. You need to put them in some kind of structure that you have to be able to follow up with them in an organized fashion. So how it works with me is I will meet someone, I will automatically put them in my MailChimp. When I put them in my MailChimp, MailChimp creates a new contact for me within my CRM. And that flags me to follow up with him. And it flags me to the next day to go in, put little notes in there about what we talked about, set tasks for myself so that I can do whatever I said that I would do for them or to them. Always follow up, always lead with love, and lead with integrity. Zapier is the ZAPIER is the tool we use between MailChimp and Agonize to automate that content, to automate the contact creation. So you create a workflow of your marketing, a workflow of your publicity and follow-up. That customer relationship manager, the Agonize, remember, I will put all of this in the notes for this session. That Agonize CRM has different levels, and the level that I'm using is completely free. And there are other levels that have different benefits that you can upgrade to, but just getting started, just have somewhere where you can put all of that stuff so that so it can be organized, and when you go to look into your business, you know exactly what it is you need to be doing that day. I had a meeting last night with a group of women entrepreneurs, and I called them, and the idea for doing that was to just find a small group of like-minded people that I personally knew and respected, and create our own little network marketing circle. And that way we can help each other's businesses by sharing events that they sponsor, especially the events that they sponsor to fuel their passion. You know, advertising can be expensive, and you don't want to be overwhelmed by running around going to every network marketing or every networking event that you can find, okay, because that is just not going to work, because too much can go there, and you're not going to be able to sustain that activity. But in a small circle of like-minded friends or like-minded women or men or whatever you can get close to, that can be a way to get started. And you share advertising. Like if one of those ladies is having an event, especially an event, not a sale, not things that sound like you are asking people to buy stuff all the time, because that's simply not going to work. But an event, okay, a sales, a community event, a training event, something like that, because advertising can be expensive, but mutual love and support is truly priceless. So I want to talk now about, and these are things that right now are helping me in my business. It's helping me wrap my mind around a workflow that can be repeated, a workflow that is not overbearing, that I don't feel truly stressed out about. Our resources are limited, our time is limited, our tolerance is limited, okay? We do want to bloom where we're planted, and, just not spend any time trying to be in somebody else's life. We want to spend time figuring out the reason that we are here and how we best could implement those reasons in our life. Dr. Seuss has a book called There's a Rocket in My Pocket. And I like to think that we should get the rocket out of our pocket and put it on the market. Our unique value, our unique selling positions. I do believe that business is God's idea. I believe that even in the beginning, the Garden of Eden needed someone to take care of it, and that was their work. And when they traded with each other, that meant everybody didn't have to do all the work. And business is a way that we can make our lives better because we can exchange value with each other. If I had to grow my own food, harvest my own food, wash it all, do every single bit of cultivating, and I had to do every bit of that, my life would only consist of figuring out how I was going to eat every day. And if you recall, that's how it used to be. A caveman, his days were spent hunting and figuring out where the next meal is coming from. Well, we've gotten very creative and sophisticated. Now we don't have to spend our entire day doing that because we can pay somebody to do that for us. Somebody else grows the animals. Somebody else prepares the animals for eating and puts it under refrigeration and keeps it under refrigeration until we get it to the house, you get it. So the whole idea of us being in business is figuring out how we can contribute to the world, to other people. We give them values. They give us money. Everybody is happy. So I want to tell you real quickly my Pokemon story. Now, it was a couple of months ago, a couple of weeks ago now, and I was working on a really big campaign. And so I had my head down a little bit, and I was really had some deadlines I needed to meet. And so I really wasn't paying attention to the forums, and I kept kind of hearing the buzz of Pokemon. And I would kind of say, oh, yeah, Pokemon. Stupid game. No, not interested. Don't really play games like that. Thank you very much. Okay, cool. And then I kept hearing it, and I would ignore it. Then I went to, I finally got a break, and I said, okay, I need to check in and see what's going on in the marketing world. I went to one of my mentors' pages, and the thing on the top of the page was emergency webinar. Stop what you're doing right now and look and watch this webinar. And I'm thinking, oh, great. That was 2 weeks ago. I should have watched this 2 weeks ago, but hey, I'm going to watch it right now because at least I know what the marketing emergency was, and I just couldn't imagine what that was. Well, what it ended up being was he was telling everybody to go to the Pokemon website and make their clients, because he was a teacher for marketing professionals who are like agencies and manage marketing campaigns for other people. Go to your agency, go to your customers, go to Pokemon, to the support page, and sign your customers up, their locations up as Pokespots, because this game is actually drawing people to or luring people out of their houses with their game in hand to physical locations. And there are actually lures where you can drop at a location and they have to wait there. Okay? If you have to wait at a restaurant and you're hungry, you're probably going to buy something. So this had turned into a massive win, marketing and advertising win for business owners. And so the emergency was to go ahead and secure the Pokespots for your customers. Of course, I went to the Pokemon support page, and in 2 weeks, worldwide, they had closed it down. You could no longer apply to be a Pokestop. I was heartbroken because I really did understand the emergency, the urgency of it, and I had simply missed that opportunity because I was taking care of my customers. I was not marketing. I was not paying attention to the market. And so I missed the opportunity to be a Pokespot. So I said, okay, fine. I am going to find a Pokespot that is nearby that just needs some marketing help. So I put that on the back burner, and I went to lunch. And I went to lunch at a place that I thought I had lost. It was a soul food place, and I really loved that place. And it had disappeared. It had just fallen off the radar. And now they were opened in another part of the city. Well, I used to take my staff there. I used to take my mom there. And there was this waiter in there that I really flirted with a whole lot. He was as cute as a button, cute as he could be, nice as he could be. And let's just call his name Eric. And Eric was just a sweetheart. So when I discovered that this place was open again, I was looking for Eric, but I did not see him. I saw some other people who I recognized from the other location, but I didn't see Eric. But I was just so excited that they were actually open again because I really wanted this business to survive. It was one of the few places in town that you could get real food, okay? And I thought to myself, wow, if they would have had a customer list, if they were able to just send out a mass text message and say, hey, everybody that ever ate here before, let's just call the restaurant Larry's, okay? Everybody that's eaten at Larry's before, you can just come and eat here again. My phone number hasn't changed, so I certainly would have been on that list, right? Yeah, I would have been on that list. And they could have let me know well before I had to just discover it on my own by happenstance that they were open and I could have been patronizing. Well, I found them again. I was very excited that they were back. And so after I do the work that I do on Saturdays, I like to treat myself because I feel like I've worked all week and it is like the start of a new week for me on Saturday, really, like the vision diary that I created. I actually do a lot of planning on Fridays and my week starts on Monday. So my week actually starts in my head anyway. It starts on Saturday. So I finished my work and I said, boy, I want to treat myself to some Larry's, okay? And I did that, and I was going to put it on Facebook, and I was going to tag Larry's, give him a little advertisement. And I said, oh, wait, I wonder if I've tagged Larry. I wonder if Larry has a Facebook page. So I went and found the Facebook page and liked them, and I tagged them in my post. Well, the last post that they had done, to my surprise, was 2 weeks ago. And 2 weeks ago, their post was, we are Poke Spot. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's a Poke Spot. They may need some help too because they posted 2 weeks ago and they haven't posted anything else on this page. So there may be a little bit of an opportunity there. I took myself to lunch, and when I was about to leave, guess who I saw? Yeah, Eric. I saw Eric, and I walked up to him. He recognized me immediately. We gave the hugs and the cheek pecks and everything, and he asked me how my mom was doing. I was like, wow, he really did remember that we used to flirt with him ferociously. And we talked a little bit, and I said, Eric, I need a favor. I want to help with the marketing for this restaurant. And he looked at me like I had 4 heads, and he said, well, why are you asking me? Go over there and ask Mr. Larry. He's standing right there. And I promise you, all the years that I've been going to this restaurant, I had not even seen the man ever. I didn't know what he looked like. I thought Eric was the owner, the way he acted. I mean, he was just so loyal. And the man was standing right there, less than 5 feet from me. I went and talked to him. He was very, very nice. Turns out he was a 27-year veteran in the industry. He has strong community connections and strong community values, a marketing dream, for a restaurant owner to have. He gave me his cell phone number, and we started talking, and there's like some real possibilities there. But the idea is that I was being social and always in the marketing mode. And there is a way to integrate marketing into our general lives and not be in the mode of selling people something that they don't need and that they can't afford. In my business, I genuinely want to help people because what I have to give them, I really believe it's the best that there is. And the more that I can help, that is the uh, the less that they will have to deal with people who are not ethical, who do not have their same values, because I really enjoy working with people that we have common values. It just makes the relationship that much easier. But that is what I wanted to share with you today. It's about publicizing. It's about marketing. It's about letting people know that you are out there. There are many, 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 many ways to do that when you are getting started without having to spend money. You do have to be creative, and sometimes you do have to spend money. So just go ahead and put it in your mind that you need a marketing budget, even if it's $30 a month, and it is just $1 a day on Facebook. Make that happen. I hope your results for this day are amazing, and you have your best day. May your valley be lifted and your mountain move, and your life